Hey, Scott Russell. Just want to talk a little bit about real estate, inflation, the cost of living, and just some of the discoveries there. And I don't know, a while back I did an interview with Venezuela that has been through hyperinflation. I've done an interview with a man from Brazil that's lived through the currency reset and a new currency coming up. And I just wanted to point out a few things, not being an economist, but just a common senser. It's just some observations that I picked up talking to these men, and I wanted to present them to you. And one of them was in Venezuela. He talked about housing. I think it's been probably 20 years, and he's trying to sell his house. He can't sell it. He said, Scott, inside our country, the houses all of them were $1 million plus. But foreigners were coming in and buying them for 50 grand, and the foreigners basically ravaged the country with buying things like that. And what we don't seem to grasp with inflation is you might have a number, $1 million, be nice to have, wouldn't it? But $1 million in the bank. And as that $1 million sits there, it's the buying power that matters. So inflation is a dishonest tax from the government to steal our standard of living. And what will happen is that $1 million, it might still stay $1 million. In fact, you might even get interest and get $1.1 million in your bank. But your cost of living has gone up so much that you may as well have had 100,000 in the bank because what you used to be able to buy for 100,000 now costs you $1 million. And so it becomes very difficult to live, very difficult to be able to maintain a standard of living like that. And people just can't seem to grasp that. Now, a few of the things they said to me was, with inflation, they said the government lied, of course, just kept the lies alive, that we were at, I think, inflation in Venezuela, if I don't have the numbers exact because it's been a while, but it was something like the government was saying we're at 5 or 7% inflation, and he said we're at about 100% inflation. He said then what happens is the first thing they do is they start to put your utilities up. Sound familiar? He said your utilities go through the roof. Your land taxes go through the roof. And he says, and they start putting up all those services type things go up, 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 up. And then eventually it hits the grocery stores. And I think the grocery stores, we're seeing that globally, but I think the hyperinflation side of the grocery stores is one of the last things to come. Because they're trying to manipulate the people. And if you don't think that, here in Australia, and I'll almost guarantee it's the same in other parts of the world, if you go in and buy a candy bar or a chocolate bar in our main supermarkets here in Australia, they're pretty much unchanged in price. They're $1 on sale for $1. You can get them for 90 cents on sale. I think just recently they've gone up to $1.25. When you think about it, that's a pretty big increase anyway. Well, they go on sale for $1.25 instead of $1. And all the way through this, they've stayed at around $1. But everything else, I bought some what do you call it, heartburn tablets, things, to chew on, quickies or something at one point. And they used to cost, it was something like $6 for a pack of 4. It's now $13 for a pack of 4. So a lot of the groceries, as you know, because you're buying them, have gone through the roof and will continue to go through the roof. They've done shrinkflation, where they've reduced the size of what you buy, so the candy bars even are smaller, the quantity's smaller, what you buy is a lot less. They're putting a lot more fillers in. But lastly, it will hit the grocery shelves, because when it really hits full force in hyperinflation, people will be like, and that's when they'll react, but it's too late. So you're already seeing inflation in your property taxes. I know down in Canberra, one of the states here, a gentleman was telling me that his taxes, I think, have nearly doubled, and his fees and taxes and things. So they are doing that. Your utilities have gone up, and of course they blame everything, global warming and this and that and whatever, but it's inflation. And it's inflating it because they're going to do away with your dollar. So people are holding on to homes thinking, well, it's a good investment. Well, probably not in your lifetime, because this was not going to come back anytime soon. This man from Venezuela has been over 20 years, and he's still trying to deal with real estate that collapsed. I think his recommendation was to get into things that are essential, things that people need to function. Clothing, he said, talked about teaching people how to repair things. He said people don't go and buy new washers and dryers, they repair the old things. And so repairing stuff and natural skills. If you're going to be an accountant, you need to be the best accountant there is. If you're an average or below average accountant, you'll go bust. If you're whatever you're in, you need to be the best of what you're in and be the best with people in what you're in. And the other things he'd said is don't ever have a contract direct with the government, because people think government's solid and secure. It's actually not, because they can change the rules whenever they feel like it, and they don't tell you. He said if you're going to do work for the government, make sure somebody else has signed, not you, with the contract, so you've got somebody else to go after. So we're watching this all happen. And I think you have to ask yourself the question, because as we zoom back, we have the World Economic Forum talking about you'll be happy and you'll own nothing. And they are actively doing that. BlackRock, Vanguard, these companies are owning massive amounts of real estate in the US, housings. Corporations are coming and buying it. Here in Australia, the welfare system, Centrelink, has been buying houses and leaving them empty many times. And down in Canberra, where I spend time, and it's you're going to be happy and own nothing. People say, well, they'll never take my house from you. Oh no, they won't. They'll just make it so expensive to own. Your mortgages are going to go up, your taxes are going to go up, your insurances are going to go through the roof. I mean, here in Florida, people are trying to get out not here, but in Florida, people are trying to get out of things because the fees and stuff have gone through the roof. So the government can make all these noises of like, yes, we're helping you. And look, your house prices have gone up. Your house prices haven't gone up. They've been inflated. People say, well, look at it. I mean, I was talking to someone recently about that. My house has gone up in value. And I'm like, what have you done to it? Nothing. Then it hasn't gone up in value. Yes, there's immigration. Yes, there's a lot of illegal immigration and people that are looking for homes, and there's a housing shortage. So prices of things have gone up, but not like we've been seeing. And we are seeing it because it's hyperinflation that is hitting. It's inflation hitting your house prices. You've got to get a global mindset. You've got to look outside of your immediate economy and understand what's going on. That's one of the reasons I started these groups, because I guess you could call me a global citizen. I don't have a lot of local asset. Because again, why build something that you know is going away? They're going to plunder it. They're going to take it away. I've mentioned this before. I've had dreams about just like a whoosh of a dam bursting, and just when it came, everything in its path was swept out of the way, and people's lives were completely destroyed. And your warning is going out now, and has been going out, to tell you things are changing. Things are not going to be the same. Start to make the changes in your life right now. If you're in over your head, get out from it. If you're in all the wrong places with all the wrong people doing all the wrong things, get out of there. Take some active steps right now to step towards what is right for your life, what is true for your life, and where you should be for your life. Don't just stay somewhere or in something because you think this is easier and it's more comfortable, because your comfort is about to be rapidly gone. Get the right community around your life, people that understand what's going on, and they're walking in freedom and in life and in the joy of that. No matter what comes, they see the glass as half full, because we're all going to get smashed in so many different ways. And if you aren't with people that can rise up and be above their victim thinking, because so many are going to be being a victim, and we will be victims. But if you're going to live in a victim mindset, you're going to be, the damn government, the damn this, the damn my ex, my that, my whatever, and you'll never go anywhere. You have to rise up. And today, my word for you, if you'll hear anything, rise up, start to make the changes in your life, because things are coming down the pipeline, and when they hit, it's going to come fast and it's going to come boom. And if you have not made the changes, you're going to get caught out. You're going to get caught out. Get with the right people, do the right things, be in the right places, and let's see the blessing of God come around your life. God bless.